welcome to another edition of After the Whistle. We are Tuesday, October 11th, but we're filming Tuesday. This will be aired Wednesday, but we're filming Tuesday because it's a lot of stuff happening this week that we had to readjust and film today. He had baseball today too. How'd that go?
Yeah, they're still, in the process of driving back. Just gonna leave it there.
Yeah. I'm gonna start off with something. I forgot, but me and Todd, we here, we here. Enjoyed that little 3-day weekend and all that.
Weekends don't even feel like weekends anymore.
Man, they go by real quick.
Yeah, they do.
They go by way too
They
quick.
just feel like days off from work.
They don't even feel like days off. It just feels like a break. Like a long lunch break.
Yeah, I can see that.
That's what it feels like. No, it was a long day for it on Sunday. The highest scoring team in the league, Detroit Lions, came in there and they put a big old donut up there. I mean, it was kind of a hilarious game. I fell asleep. So I was watching it, I fell asleep because the workout we went through that day.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we had a mean chest workout.
Yeah, so I watched the game. I fell asleep. I'm not gonna lie, I fell asleep in the second quarter. I woke up. It's like 29-9. I'm like, what in the world just happened? And I watched the replay. I was like, oh, that's what happened.
Yeah, I dozed off a little later in the day. Yeah, it was tough staying up after that workout. But I wasn't shocked by the result, to be honest with you. I felt like this is the game the Pats needed. Because if they couldn't get this game, then I feel like Pats Nation should worry. You should worry, because we be taking the wrong turns in the wrong direction if we lose to the Lions. But honestly, well played game by Zappy. Well played, actually well coached game, obviously by the coaching staff. But for some reason, why are they doing better with their backups and managing them better than their actual starters? This is kind of it's kind of.
One thing, the starter be trying to force the issue sometimes.
Okay, I understand that.
Zappy, he understands. He got an interception, but it actually was not his fault. The interception was not his fault.
That's expected, though.
Yeah.
It's expected.
But he's just like, he's not trying to do the most. He's just trying to get out there and not to mess it up. He's just like, he understands what it looks like he understands them. Turn the ball over. When you're a backup, you have this amount of passing plays that's going to be called for you. And he just took advantage of it, got the ball to the guys, and, the running game, they utilized it very well.
Yeah, they did. Very balanced. Like I said, for them to only throw the ball 21 times and for them to carry the ball, 35? Yeah. And gave Stevenson 25 carries, which is great, you know what I mean? Yeah, granted, next man up, unfortunately. Hopefully, he heals well, comes back in timely fashion, but,
It's at hamstring.
Oh, okay,
so
well.
For a couple weeks.
All right, it was just, but honestly, though, kind of ugly. They didn't even get any touchdowns. The only TD score was by our defense. Kudos to us, but I can understand why anybody could fall asleep during this game. Nothing but kicks being kicked, you know what I mean? It's unfortunate, but hey, just win, baby.
Just win, and the one I said it the first couple of weeks. The one consistency has been the Patriots' defense. They have been playing really. They played well. They played well in all the games. Even the games they lost, the defense has played well. You look at this one, 0 for 6. The Lions were on fourth down.
Yeah, I def peeped that on my stat sheet, but
I go for it 6 times.
Yeah, I was thinking they was desperate. They was desperate, man.
What?
Yeah, man, they was hitting up anybody at 4 in the morning. But very desperate. But but also too, if your QB's not that well or not that good, I would say, you need to give him more opportunities on the field to be productive. Yeah. So I would say that might be their mindset as a defender. That would be my mindset if I know my quarterback's not Tom Brady anymore. I'm trying to get whoever's out there because they keep dropping like flies. Yeah. We get, Zappy as many looks as we can.
Yeah. Hey, good win. Get the wins as you can. It don't matter who's against. Get these wins. Next up, I think they're going to Cleveland. No, Cleveland's coming off them. They're going to. They got some winnable games, very winnable games. So here's their next slate of games. At Browns, they could easily win that. The Bears win. Jets, defense-wise, the Jets have been playing real good on defense, offensively. Yeah, so Colts, They got the Colts at home, and they got the Jets again. So these next 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These next 5 games, they could easily go 5-0 or 4-1 because they got some winnable games here.
Yeah, touche.
Yeah. All right, some other games that went on. The Eagles still remain undefeated on the season. They're the lone undefeated team, but I don't know why I still have question marks about this team. I don't know why, but I do. Once again, they jumped out they got their 14-0 lead, jumped out early. Then offense kind of went stagnant throughout the second half. And then the Cardinals, I really don't know what's happening. Like, some of the stuff they be doing, especially on offense. It's just like, they're just like, oh, just do whatever. It's like they're playing like 7-on-7 out there. It's just run around and figure something out.
I mean, when you look at Murray throwing the ball 42 times and you see how they play, it just looks like they just expect him to figure it out on his own or on the fly. You know, kudos to the Eagles. The Eagles. Just because, like, granted, Hurts had 15 carries, but they did rush the ball 33 times, which made it balanced because he only threw the ball 36. So, you know, they're figuring out, they're finding ways to win.
Yeah.
Honestly, like, if any team right now was built to, like, win the playoff, if you was going to predict anybody, it'd be them just because they're winning any type of game right now. Granted, they're not the best team. They're not even probably top 5 team in the NFL. But record-wise, they're number 1.
Yeah, right now, they just, as you said, they keep finding ways to win. And also, kicker, you have one simple job, and that's just to make the kick. I know. It's make the kick. That's it. You've pretty much been chilling the whole game, besides when they needed you for extra points. But that's, especially like in the range they got you in, you have to make those types of kicks, man.
I told you, man. Standards got to be held higher with these kickers, man. There's so many people that can kick in the world, so I don't know if you're going to have to start giving open tryouts. I got some friends that can kick. Seriously, though.
Yeah, but with the Eagles, they got a big one coming up against the Cowboys this Sunday. But yeah, I'm just interested to see them going forward as teams start figuring out what they do best and all that, and better strategize. Because I'm just like, all right, they're good, but I'm just like,
no, I
mean, you know when a team's good, but you're just like,
I mean, we don't pick them every week to win, and they're 5-0. Yeah. So that just tells you that we're still not sold on them because like it's just something about them that I just don't trust right now. So I got to see how they're on the back half of the season.
You know what it is? They're like the Utah Jazz right now.
All right, I give you that.
They're kind of like Utah Jazz. Because every year we watch them and we're just like, yeah, these dudes are good, but we're always like, yeah, but we don't know. And so that's what they are right now.
Yeah,
Eagles are.
that makes sense.
If you're an Eagles fan, just enjoy it. Enjoy it. Because y'all have had some rough years the past couple of years, so I know y'all are enjoying this season really well. It could be worse. The Cowboys won a game, but this was like I told you the Rams were like the Super Bowl hangover.
Yeah,
it's
bro.
like I don't even know what kind of hangover you will call this because they just don't look good at all.
Nah, they're on that Super Bowl, waking up the next day, throwing up in the toilet. Hangovers is when you can manage and you can walk around still. Like, nah, they're facing the toilet for half the day, feeling like death. That's what they are. That's what they're playing like.
Yeah, because their offense it's been worrisome. It's been worrisome. They haven't been really moving the ball that well. And once again, Cooper Kupp, 10 targets. Tyler Higbee, 10 targets. Allen Robinson, 3 catches on 5 targets. Like,
they're forcing the pass. Like when you have guys that can actually run the ball, you got Akers that can move, and who else they got?
Henderson, is that it? You talking about receivers or
running backs?
Running backs. I believe it's Henderson.
You got a few running backs that can get you some yards if you actually utilize them. But when you only rush the ball 15 times, I get it. You only get 2.5 yards. That's when you keep rushing. You got to get at least 25 to see what you can make out of it.
And their offensive line too. They didn't address that issue in the offseason because they had one of their best tackles retired. I think they might have lost another one. And they didn't really revamp the offensive line coming into the season. And the quarterback has a elbow injury.
Okay.
And and he's had that for a while.
So if he has an elbow injury, why are you trying to force him to throw his elbow out?
And dropping back so much against one of the better pass rushes in the league.
And then, if you just read off the amount of targets he had receivers, if they would have signed that other guy, they wouldn't have won scoreless in the second half. So it's just they got a lot of holes they need to plug up.
And this was still a game to be had because look, all they gave up was one offensive touchdown. The defense only gave up one offensive touchdown. They didn't really do much. The Cowboys didn't really do much passing the ball, but they got that one offensive touchdown, that big run by Pollard, and then they got the defensive touchdown, and that was it. The defense just started teeing off, and we're looking at a Dallas team that's going to be led by their defense.
And Rush, remember though, he only had 102 yards, but no interceptions.
No, it wasn't like the best quarterback game here, but it was just one of those games. It was like.
But I just mean him being a backup.
Yep.
Him being so sturdy and him being so like he values the football and he makes good decisions.
Yeah.
And he's kind of lucky.
That too. That was good. Yeah. Great. Got some luck. And and the Cowboys went back old school with their running game. So both of them, they used both of their running backs. So. Dallas got the formula of what a successful team is supposed to be. Like, good defense, good, strong defense, and offense to give you just enough points.
Logical football, bro.
Yeah.
Just because they're trying to force the league to turn to something else, you stay true to you, because if you see it's winning, you don't got to listen to them. They can keep losing.
Yeah, so Cowboys now that's 3 wins in a row. They're 4-1 right now, and then now they got the Eagles. It's going to be, which this game is going to be crazy.
Yeah, it is.
It's going to be talked about all week. So.
Some of the worst fans around.
Yeah, both of them.
Yeah. Exactly.
Monday Night Football. Now, I watched this, the whole thing in Oakland. I don't know what Josh McDaniels is doing. I get it. If you want to go for 2, I'm not mad at it. But still, you got to look at your team. At some point, you be like, you know what? Let's just try to go into overtime or something, because you went for 2, you didn't get it, and then your receivers run into each other on a 4th and 1 play, which I don't even understand why that call they made on 4th and 1 to go for a bomb instead of just trying to get a simple, quick pass or something. But I don't get it. The Raiders are struggling. They're frustrated. The Chiefs are just looking at everybody in the division like everybody said that everyone else was going to be better than us. The Chargers were supposed to be better than them this year. The Broncos were supposed to be better than them this year.
Oh, man, all that dumpster fire.
and you look at it now, the Chiefs are just they're beating all of them, and it's like, okay, it's back to they're about to win the division again. And it was a heck of a game, too, falling down 17-0 and then coming back. But Oakland, man.
I don't think anybody was surprised with the outcome of the game, unfortunately. You know me being a Raider fan.
Vegas.
Yeah, we wish it was back in Oakland. Might have had a better chance with the black hole and effect. But me being a Raider fan, I didn't see them coming out with this win. I love how they were playing, because they were playing better than they've been playing. But you don't get to the end zone enough. You only make it to the red zone one time. That's not going to win against any Chiefs team, regardless of how bad they play. Like, you have to score, and you can't go scoreless in the third. Just certain things that they got away with, where when you make better decisions at the end of the game, you get that win. But when you don't, you see what happens.
And you were up 20-0. This is the second time, I think. I think this is the second time this season that this.
And don't forget the 10+ penalties they had. 11 penalties for almost 100 yards. So like that, on top of that alone, you just kind of gave the Chiefs an opportunity when you had them on the ropes in the first half and could have just knocked them out in the second.
And they couldn't get him off the field, too, on, like, 3rd downs and stuff like that.
Yeah, so, like that, was the third quarter? It was like a 20-something yard reception.
Yeah.
On the third and, like, 1 and something like that. It was like, oh, my God. Like, yeah, so there were certain things that I just saw that. But the Chiefs are the Chiefs, man. They're rolling this year.
And it was like a meltdown. It was just a meltdown. It was a combination of the Chiefs getting it together and the Raiders just melting down, especially on defense. On offense, they ran the ball well, but then it was like, you got to get points.
This team is kind of looking like the old Raiders, man.
Undisciplined Raiders.
Undisciplined. They have some fight, but it's just not the same fight we saw for the past 2 seasons.
All they needed was 3 points in the third quarter.
And they just need better decision making. Unfortunately, if you get the 2, We're not saying anything crazy, but unfortunately, you didn't go for the tie, which might have worked in your favor. But a high-powered offense like that, Kelsey was rolling. He probably would have got a fifth if they would have been tied. So, like, it's all good.
But it's just a battle of career.
Rays having a rough year though. They're just having a rough year.
Rough start. I think they got a bye. They needed this bye.
Yeah, definitely.
Because, man, some of these games that they lost, and it's not like they've just been outplayed in any of the games. It's like they've been right there, and it just comes down to mental errors and mental lapses and just the little things.
And unfortunately, a couple of seasons ago, we missed some. They missed some vital pieces that could have been big time players now. You know what I mean? But.
Oh yeah. I mean, geez, when you have draft picks, you gotta one, is in jail.
Unfortunately.
Another one, they had to kick him off the team because he wanna be on Instagram Live with guns and talking nonsense.
So they gotta make do what they have left over. So hopefully they get some better draft picks this season. This off season. Because this season looking real bleak for them.
Bleak.
Yeah.
Bleak. They're gonna have to do some sacrifices during the bye week. The Chiefs and the Bills are gonna be playing on Sunday.
All right, it's gonna be a game to watch.
Yeah, game to watch. I think this is in Kansas City, so let's see if the Bills can finally get over that hump and beat these guys. Because coming in every year with the hype that you're gonna beat them, and then.
Hey man, I don't know what's in that water in Buffalo. I can't speak on that.
They must have gone to Canada.
Yeah, man, I don't know.
The Giants, another shocking surprise team of the week. You see their head coach is all fired up after the game. That dude looked like he'd be in the hot dog eating contest, though.
You told Chestnut?
Yeah.
Kenny, is that his name? Kenny Chestnut?
Oh, man. But the Giants, they're kind of taking everyone by surprise. Coming in for another team, what are they? 4-1 right now. They were down in this one, and they just Saquon Barkley came up with the big plays for them to win this game, and they went one way, the Packers went another way, and when it looked like the Packers were going to run away with this one, the Giants just kept their cool and was able to pull this out.
Yeah, because of being balanced. We always talk about balance, and it's almost midway through the season. Yeah, midway through the season, this is when some teams figure it out and teams go back to being balanced. Mm-hmm. And as you see, the Giants, nobody really had them being that good this season. They had them being okay. But for the most, all right, I think, because Barkley can, he's a workhorse and he can get you some points. Yeah. But if Jones can just stay poised and not have so many turnovers, which he didn't have this game.
Shockingly, right?
Yeah, but like I said, they threw the ball 27 times. They rushed 31 times. Rodgers is getting older. He doesn't have to throw the ball 40 times, especially when you only rush the ball 20 times, especially when you're getting 4.7 yards of carry on the ground and only 5.7 yards of carry. 5.7 yards of pass, meaning you should have utilized the run a little more.
2 points in the second half, and that was given to them.
Oh yeah, don't get me started with that. When scoreless in the third, only 2 points in the fourth. Yeah, which is ridiculous.
Very ridiculous. What the Giants is, they actually have a healthy Saquon Barkley, which apparently makes all the difference in the world because some of those receivers that they got, those high-profile receivers, they're not really doing much, but Saquon Barkley is actually healthy, helping their offense out a lot. Daniel Jones, he ain't turned the ball over. For once, he didn't turn the ball over this game.
Think about in the history of the NFL, like all these championship teams and elite teams, they either had a great quarterback, great receivers, great defense, or a Hall of Fame running back. Mm-hmm. So it's just, they kind of fold in the mold. They kind of fall in the mold.
Yeah, and we got to give credit to their defense, too. Their defense came up big in that second half, especially late ending that game. So Giants overall right now, they're looking like a competent football team, which we haven't been able to say.
Competent, huh? Jesus.
We haven't been able to say that about them since probably the last time they won the Super Bowl.
I didn't even say that then.
Yeah, no, they weren't competent then. They were just lucky.
Some of the stuff was happening in that game. Yeah. I knew we were gonna lose.
They were just lucky, but yeah, they've been bad for a while. But kudos to them. So those angry New Yorkers will stop complaining.
Never.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Before we go to No Huddle, okay, Falcons and Bucks. Did you see? Yo, there's been like some crazy roughing the passer calls that's happened over in the league this weekend. And the one on Brady was bad. Then yesterday, the one on the Chiefs was terrible. I mean, Chris Jones sacks him, gets the ball. It's a loose ball, a fumble ball. He gets the ball, but they call it roughing the passer on him. Grady Jarrett sacks Brady, roughing the passer. There was another one in another game. The quarterback got sacked. They say roughing the passer. And you're just like, what do you want these guys to do?
I mean, you know why that's happening.
Like,
You know why it's happening. A couple guys are getting concussed by getting whipped around, unfortunately, and that's. And it's like, so what did Troy Aikman say when you gonna take off the dresses or something, lift down the blouses or something like that? My whole thing is like, they're kind of right. This is football. Sometimes you're gonna get concussed. That's just part of the game, especially if you're getting concussed by the ground. You're not getting concussed helmet to helmet. Yeah. So, like I said yesterday, unless you want to wear them 2095 futuristic padded practice helmets, which I feel like you should, because if you're going to practice with them and you're safer with them on, why wouldn't you play the game with them? Just dress them up. Just make them the same color as your helmet. Put the logo or whatever. Like, at some point, you're going to have to try to protect these players, or the league's going to start to dwindle. What else? How else you going to tackle these guys?
Yeah, legit. How you want the guys to play defense?
So now they're going to make a rule that you can't whip quarterbacks down so their head almost hits the ground. Like, that's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Because that's part of the game. And that's it's a safer way to tackle somebody. But unfortunately, these big old linemen, these little old quarterbacks, again, just flung around, paper plates.
Yeah, and you kind of saw it. You kind of saw it after. It's during play too. Like when some of the defensive players would get to the quarterback and hit the quarterback, they really not even trying to get them to the ground. They try to hold him up instead of getting him to the ground because they don't know what's gonna happen.
Bro, bounce will make a two-hand touch. Flag about to take over.
Yeah.
I mean, they either have to deal with some of these things, have more quarterbacks, or you got to figure out a safer way to have these players hit the ground. I'm telling you, them little, I don't know what them little bubblies they got that you pop when you get packages on them helmets. Like, you got to have something. Like,
and most of the time, too, when they sack, it's rare. Like, the sack on tour, the way to do sack, that's rare.
But that's how they've been getting hit the past couple weeks. Literally the same type of move. So it's like, well, you're going to have to outlaw that. Or you have to say roughing the passer every time somebody gets whipped around. Like, legit, bro. It's like, granted, I think it's coincidental that guys are getting thrown around like that the same way. But how else you want these guys to tackle? I don't get it. So the league got to figure it out before the league is not a league anymore.
Hug him. Lift him up. That's it. Just hug him.
Remember I said, man, the leg grouping they thought they had, bro, and this concussion stuff's getting bad. There's a lot of concussions happening recently, bro. Yeah, so what they gonna do? I won't watch.
Nobody would.
No.
That's the route that it's going.
Yeah.
And these calls are kind of having an impact on the outcome of the game. Because the Falcons could have had a chance to win that game. Had a chance.
And that's when they tiptoe on the line of being safe compared to screwing people over. And that's why I said the league got to figure it out. You got Vegas got money on these games. So many people betting on these games. And on one call, based on how you feel, he might have almost hit the ground and not even actually hit the ground like that. So you got to have to figure it out, man. Or you're going to have the people up top review these calls.
Yeah. I think Aikman was saying that, too. I like that idea. So you got to review the league.
It's going to make the game even longer. But if you want to get it right, turn it into baseball length. Pause. Yeah, I don't know how anybody's going to take that one. But baseball has long games, It's just a long time to watch baseball.
And on that note, we go to No Huddle with Craig. He's going to tell y'all the fantasy start him and pick him, start him and sit him for this slate of games coming up for week number 6.
What up, everybody, and welcome to No Huddle here on After the Whistle. It's your boy Craig here with my stardoms of the week. So let's kick right into it. For the quarterbacks, let's jump off with Carson Wentz. Carson Wentz has been playing some fairly good football from a fantasy standpoint. Beyond that, hit or miss. But we're here to talk about fantasy football, and Carson Wentz is the new Tony Romo, Phillip Rivers of the NFL. Going to get you tons of points, but ain't never going to get you no W's. Kirk Cousins going up against Miami. Miami is playing with a third-string quarterback. Maybe Teddy Bridgewater comes back. Tua is probably not coming back yet. So, therefore, it is going to be a rough day for Miami, giving Kirk Cousins all the opportunities in the world to get that offense going. Matt Stafford had a good week this past week. Has a favorable matchup against going up against Carolina, who might not have Baker Mayfield. So once again, backup QB, a lot of opportunities for the offense to move the ball, and a lackluster defense with a new coach. Matt Rule officially fired. Philly is going to have a tough week this week, so I'm going to start by benching Hurts. If Hurts is your number one guy and you don't have a favorable backup, then obviously you're going to start Hurts. But Dallas hasn't given up 20-plus points to a single team this year, so looking like Hurts might have a tough game. Philly still wins, but it's a tough game. Jacoby Myers at wide receiver. Patriots are going up against Cleveland. Devontae Parker gets that number one coverage. Look for Jacoby Myers to take advantage. Garrett Wilson going up against Green Bay. Green Bay's not been playing great ball, so look for Wilson to have a good game. Thielen against Miami. Number one coverage against Justin Jefferson, so look for Adam Thielen to have a good game. Allen Robinson. I don't say his name because homeboy has had like one decent game all year. This will be his breakout game. Count on a tutty. And then finally, I would probably not start A.J. Brown just because of the fact going up against Dallas, going up against Diggs, Parsons in the mix. It's going to be a tough game. Running backs, Breece Hall is a now must start every week. He's getting his touches and he's doing strong work with it. Him and Michael Carter are a strong two-headed beast, but I believe Breece Hall will take the work. Alvin Kamara returned to form. Excellent matchup against Cincinnati. This is going to be a offensive battle on both sides, but Saints have the better defense, giving Kamara more opportunities. And then finally, Kenneth Walker taking over that starting job in Seattle. I like him a lot. I think he's going to do good work. And they have a favorable matchup against Arizona, who is giving up some of the most yards to running backs. At the tight end position, George Kittle going up against Atlanta. Atlanta just gave up their cornerback, so I like Kittle's opportunities in this game. Another name I have not mentioned, so I'll mention it for the first time, Hunter Henry. Going up against Cleveland, this will be an offensive battle. Although they got the cornerback from Atlanta, first game in, I like Hunter Henry's chances. I think he gets a tutty. And then Higbee. I love the Rams going up against this matchup against Carolina. So look for Higbee to get himself into the end zone. Finally, Gerald Everett had a bad game this past week. Look for him to rebound in a big way. Monday Night Football. It's going to be an awesome game. Gerald Everett, I would put him in. For the defenses, I got two defenses this week. Starting off with the 49ers, one of the toughest defenses in the league. The only other defense in the league to not give up more than 20 points in a game. And then they're going up against Atlanta, who is abysmal. So look for them to not get any work going. And then finally, the New England Patriots. Strong game last week. Tough matchup against Detroit. And I think they're going to follow it up with a good matchup against Cleveland. Look for Matt Judon to get some sacks. Look for some interceptions. They're going up against Jacoby Brissett, and they know the man. So Those are my picks for defenses. That's all I have for you this week. See you next week on No Huddle. Back to After the Whistle.
Oh, man. Thank you, Craig, for that. All right, we are back. Oh, before we go to NBA, we've already got our first fired coach, and that is former Panthers head coach Matt Rule, who got the pick slip yesterday. It was Dark Monday for him, Black Monday for him yesterday. I mean, kind of saw it coming. I kind of saw it coming. I kept saying how much longer until they'd let that man be a head coach because it just hasn't been good. Signed like a 7-year deal with a lot of money.
He said Black Monday. Glad they ain't fired him on the weekend because it would have been Pink Slip Saturday.
Who's the coach that got fired? I forgot the coach that got fired on the plane before. He got fired on the plane. Plane ride home. I think it was bad. I think it was an NBA coach. I forget.
Damn.
Yeah, I forget. But
That ain't right.
it was hilarious though.
They could at least fired him in the cab ride to the hotel. Like, that's wild, man. They just be firing people anyway.
Yeah, but with the Panthers coach, yeah, he's like 11 and 38 as a starting head coach, and it just nothing has gone right since he's been head coach. He's supposed to be an offensive genius. The offense has been trash.
I don't even know who the man is.
Yeah, and this is kind of karma for the Panthers. The way, notice how ever since Cam Newton has left that franchise, it's been going.
Ever since Cam Newton left the franchise, I ain't paying no man any attention.
Nobody has. Nobody has. But ever since, because when they had a steady quarterback, fans and stuff, they were so always wanting something. Like they always were trying to get somebody else to play quarterback instead of Cam, just because they don't like how he carried himself, because he's a confident human being. And then now he's gone. Well, not he's gone from the team and gone out.
Yeah. We know.
They haven't had no type of success. I don't even think they won 5 games.
Well, that should tell them enough.
But he getting paid like $48 million just to chill.
Well, I wouldn't pick up a football again.
Man, listen, I need to get one of these head coaching jobs and be bad at it so they can buy me out and I can just keep collecting them checks. Cause man.
Oh, you talking about what he's getting paid for? Man.
Oh,
You talking about Cam?
Oh, no.
Oh, the coach? I mean, coach, he paid his dues. So, whatever.
Yeah. Terrible decision by the Terrible hire. Now it's back to square one. Oh, and the quarterback is horrible too. That's another story. That's another story for another day. All right. I know everything happens after we film our show. So last week after we were done, there were reports of a scuffle during Warriors practice. I'm thinking of it between Draymond, Jordan, and Paul. Like, oh, that's probably a normal, regular practice fight. Then we get video, and it's like, damn, that man swung on him like he had some pent up aggression or something on him. But it was just one thing. So I mean, fights in practice happen. But the thing I think with Draymond, like he should have known if he was gonna swing on him, do that in the locker room so like your guys. Your teammates could just not look around and not have cameras around. You can't do it out in the open practice because, it probably could not even been on the play. It could have been somebody walking by, delivering something. It was just and look down. He's like, oh, what's going on down there?
Nah, I totally agree with you saying because, they have to know in this day and age, people are dying just to have some clickbait. People are dying to be the one to release something so they can get a quick check.
Yeah.
People are dying to get quick, rich, easily. You know what I mean? Or get rich quickly. So it's like, you got to be smart and also, take care of that stuff in the privacy of your locker room. Unfortunately, it's probably a mole in your locker room, too. Hopefully, it's not one of your teammates. But usually on the team, there's 1 or 2 rats. But at that level, there shouldn't be. I can care less about teammates fighting. Cause especially when you spend that much time with each other, you're bound to get into something just because human nature, you're going to get on each other's nerves. Especially if you care that much about someone, and somebody would say if you care that much about somebody, you wouldn't hit them. Everybody's relationship is different, so you don't know how somebody is. You know what I mean? So
I just think Jordan. From what it looked like Jordan Poole didn't think he was gonna swing on him.
I mean,
because he come on, he's like, so maybe like because he probably knows Draymond is, and they've probably had And they probably had something like this happen before, and it was just like them just go shoving back and forth. They probably didn't think he was gonna swing on it, but yeah. Sometimes you gotta kind of have that in the back of your mind.
I mean, for one, yeah, kind of. That's automatic. When somebody walk up on you and you push them, that's automatic. You gotta expect the swing. So, like I said, I don't, I ain't one. I'm not with all to get all in my face and all that. I ain't with all that. So I'll throw the first one.
Yeah.
So let me be.
Sometimes there's people that are already waiting for the fight to start. Some people that know the fight's coming, and there's some people like, you gotta be.
Yeah, but my thing is, he pushed Draymond. Draymond walked up on him, said what he had to say. He pushed Draymond pretty aggressively. Like, he was ready for whatever Draymond was going to bring to him. And unfortunately, his hands was not quick enough.
Yeah, it's a terrible look for Draymond. And very terrible look. And especially when you were the guy that said he said in the broadcast that you love how when Jordan Poole came in, he just talked trash to everybody.
Just a bad day
that,
caught
right?
on. Just a bad day caught on camera. That's really all it really was. Like, the one time Draymond probably swung on Jordan Poole and just happened to catch it.
He probably swung on him before.
Yeah,
Because he looked like he looked like that older brother that just be swinging for no reason sometimes. But yeah. Overall, it was just a bad day, bad week for him.
Or they could do what I've been saying for years since college. Each team should advocate for team boxing gloves and handle that in the locker room. And then after that is done, no leftover feelings, no hybrid, nothing. You got it out. Win or lose, take that L, that dub, and continue being brothers and sisters, man.
Yeah.
Like, my coach wasn't feeling that in college because I wanted to put him in there.
I mean, like I said, if you're going to swing on your teammate, wait till you get to the locker room, not in the open practice.
Yeah.
Everything happens in the locker room is sanctioned by the players. And
It's an unwritten code. It's supposed to be. Some people have been breaking it recently. Well, what happens in the locker room stays in the locker room.
Right,
It's just how it goes.
Yeah, but I mean, the season's about to start anyway, so I mean, you gotta get them a little nice time off before you come back.
Yeah. The memes been crazy, though.
That 2K one with the black guy, that was messed up. I'm not gonna lie, that was messed up. That one was messed up.
That would have me crying.
Oh man, they fouled for that.
Honestly, though, you got to be able to laugh at yourself, though. Like I said, when you're making bread like that, like,
Oh yeah.
what can somebody really say to you to really hurt your feelings?
This is facts. Okay, before we get into some other stuff, man, this boy, number one prospect for next year's draft. We watched him in the G League just do some incredible stuff for a guy that size, that tall, and that. If you haven't seen Wembenyama, I think that's how you pronounce his name, man, that's something else. Because I was looking at that like, wow.
I just call him Victor. My name Victor. I'm going to call him Victor. I forgot how to say his last name, to be honest. Crazy thing is, I've been watching him for some years now, but I actually watched the game. I watched the whole game. Wasn't surprised. The man's incredible. Just a physical specimen that you don't see very often. Fortunately, you're seeing more of these taller athletes that can do multiple things on the court, but he's just a different breed. Exactly. Smooth, poised, ready.
He's up too.
Yeah, ready to be a pro. Ready to be a pro. Granted, Scoop's good. Yeah. Scoop's good, but
he just got overshadowed by someone else.
Is that pun intended or no pun intended?
Pun intended.
All right. Yeah, I was going to say, there's 6'3" Scoops. Unfortunately, every couple years, you're going to see a guy that's around that 6'3", 6'4", that's athletic, that could play, that got game. And then there's just this guy that just comes out of, heaven or, out of the wilderness, and is just doing all types of stuff, you know what I mean? He's legit. Somebody said they got so many unicorns, he's an alien. He's coming from under the earth. It's like Godzilla with a basketball or something. It's just something I've never seen before.
And you know what's funny? I'll say, he might be a likable Frenchman.
Yeah, he's probably mad cool.
Yeah,
probably mad cool. He seemed mad. I watched his interviews and stuff. He seemed mad cool. But honestly, too, you know what that reminded me of? Kind of how people were looking at Al Cindor when he was younger.
Yeah.
because they hadn't really seen anybody. Like, granted, they seen Wilt, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But, like, Alcindor was, like, nice at everything. Like, he was nasty from the jump. Like, won
Yeah.
4 national championships. Like,
every level, he was the best. He was the best player.
yeah, he was, like, so it's kind of like one of those. But, like, this man's just, like, the tallest basketball player we've seen who's an able basketball player. They had George Marathon, you got Yao Ming, but, like, this man is 7'4", and he's able to do whatever you need him to do.
Yeah.
That's impressive.
And it's gonna be, man. Some of these teams gonna they already planning on tanking their season, so and I don't blame them. 'Cause I would be too. I'd actually do a bribe just to get the #1 pick. I don't care.
Some teams better go on strike. Like, whole staff go on strike. We can't even play this year. We tried to-
Quickly for y'all, the Major League Baseball postseason has started. There was some games going on. The Philadelphia Phillies defeated the Atlanta Braves 7-6 to take a 1-0 lead. Seattle is leading Houston right now 7-3 in Game 1. Cleveland and the Yankees are playing later on, and then the Padres and the Dodgers will be playing later on as well. The Padres beat the Mets in the wild card round and stuff. So got some interesting teams and stuff. And once again, if Houston's in the World Series again, I'm just gonna be like, well, I mean, that whole cheating scandal could be thrown out the window because they still making it far.
Yeah, you lost me when I ain't hear nothing about the Red Sox.
Oh man,
That was just so like
you know damn well we
Once the
started talking about the Red Sox.
Once the Red Sox is done, my baseball commentary is kind of dwindles.
Yeah, we stopped talking about the Red Sox after I thought they was under 500 for a while. So, but yeah, MLB postseason is happening right now, so make sure you go check that out. All right, and let's go to our high school sports update segment. Okay. First up, we got the coaches interview. First up, we got Coach Vaughn from Lynn Classical. They went up to Malden and got a 22-6 win over Malden. They're off this week, and they're not back on the field until next Friday when they go to Revere, and then Everett comes here, and then I believe the playoffs start after that, something like that. So, yeah, check this out, and we'll come back. All right, Coach, your guys came out here, first road game for them, kind of test on the roll, some stuff early that you obviously want them to clean up. Overall, how'd you like how they played
Once again, like last week, we struggled in the red zone. We were over 80% in the red zone up until last week, and right now we're probably under 50%. I think we were in the red zone 3 times in the first half again and walked away with nothing. And then we were in the red zone again a couple times in the second half. We walked away with nothing. But a sign of a good team that's heading in the right direction is when you play in those games and you're able to overcome, the negatives. And I think we were able to overcome some negatives tonight. We got 2 weeks before we play our next game, so it gives us enough time to rest some guys up, and it gives us enough time to clean some stuff up. So
it seems like in the past 2 weeks, different guys have been stepping up. Tyron once again had a big day on the ground. Now Rucker with the kickoff return in the defense. I just like it that different guys are stepping up.
Yeah, we always talk about, you never know when your night's gonna be your night. So you always got to believe that every night's gonna be your night. And I'm so happy for Rucker. Rucker's a kid that's been in our program since his freshman year, 4 years, and he's just been grinding it out. And this year he's a starter for us, and for him to make those big plays tonight and bail us out, because that's what he did. He bailed us out. They scored. They kicked off. He hit the kickoff, took it back to the house, and then the next series, I think he had a pick. When seniors can do that, especially when they're in the program for 4 years, it just shows you're doing the right thing with these kids when you can develop these kids for 4 years.
And your young running back, once again, another big day on the ground. It seems like he's really just handling the load that you're really throwing at him. That's fine.
Yeah, Tyron's tough. I think the future's going to be bright for him. I think he had like a $170 tonight. Had a touchdown call back at the end. He was kind of a little upset about that. He wanted a 2 tonight, but he's carrying us. So I'm proud of him, and I'm excited to see what the future's going to be for him.
Congratulations on the win.
Thank you, as always.
All right, and we are back. All right, next up is Lynn English head coach LaFrada. They got their first win of the season on Friday. Happy for those kids because they needed that win. It was tired of them coming to school. Just when you lose it and you come to school, just like it's a terrible feeling. But they stuck with it. They stuck with it. They got the win. One thing about winning, when you win one game, you just like, all right, now you're like excited about trying to get another win. So hopefully they get it. But check this interview out, and then we're gonna come back with some player interviews, and then we're gonna wrap the show up because it's getting dark outside.
All right, Coach. I see you guys are happy to get to your first career
Yeah, it's
win.
nice. Yeah.
You guys came out there, Edwin stepping in. You guys. Like how they performed today?
Yeah, I mean, our guys performed admirably, especially, Edwin did a great job for us filling in. Can't say enough about his effort. Overall, I think we finally put a lot of things together. There's still a lot of room for improvement, but overall, I'm really happy with the way these guys came out tonight and played.
How you said, the way the offense played, you guys, situation y'all in, how you just like how the offensive line played and how everyone just contributed?
Yeah. A true team effort. I mean, I can't say enough about our receivers blocking on the edge. We talked about this week about blocking and playing to the whistle, and we saw that. A couple of times we lost because of penalties, but these guys played until the whistle. Offensive line came out firing. Running backs blocking, unselfish football tonight, and that's what it takes to win, and I saw a lot of that.
It was a rough start for the season, playing some tough teams, but winning always makes everybody happy. How happy are you just for these guys going through everything and getting this win and moving forward as the season?
It's the truth. I mean, these guys have been here since I got the job. They've been unbelievable. I said it. I'm so lucky to have the group I have for my first year. They deserve this more than anything. They've been working since March. They worked all summer, and we did. We had a tough stretch, and it's easy to kind of give in, to quit, or to start pointing fingers. We haven't done that, and that says a lot about our football team. We stuck the course, and we got to win, and we're hoping to get a few more.
All right, congratulations on the win.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
All right, and we are back. So the player interviews. First up, we got Tyron Hunt and Dante Rucker. Tyron ran for $183 on Thursday. And Dante, he had a nice game. He returned a kickoff, like 93 yards, and he had a pick in this game. So, check this out.
All right, fellas, you guys came out here, got a hard-fought win, first road game of the season. Like, you got the kick return. Just talk about the overall performance from the team, offensively and defensively.
Offense, we got to clean it up, but we did a great job on offense, moving the ball, running down their throat, and we just need to pick it up better.
What did you see on the line now kickoff return?
Kickoff, I just seen an open lane. The first guy, I thought I was going to get tackled, but once I missed the first guy, I just seen green, and I just took away.
Good job. Tyron, that's another game for you.
Yes,
big
sir.
day on the ground, $183 today. I mean, what's working for you on the ground?
I think just Omega, a power run, and Dallas. Those are the two plays that I've been hitting it very well.
And how you just your performance last week? How did that help you for this week? You're getting more reps and all that. How's that just last week's performance helped you get ready for this week and not have a setback?
I think it's discipline. I had a good game, but you gotta bounce back. So just take that as motivation and play your next game.
You guys are 4-1 right now. You got a week off right now. You got until your next game. How you guys just feeling right now, going 4-1 and got some 2 big games coming up after your bye?
We feel pumped. This bye is gonna be perfect for us. We have guys healing. We might have guys coming back, and we never know. But this bye is perfect for us.
All right, congratulations on the win.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right, and we are back. All right, last one, we got Edwin Castro and Mac Peters. Check this out. This is real.
All right, Edwin, you had to step in. You guys were down quarterbacks left and right, injuries, but you came in there.
Yes,
how was your poise coming into this game, knowing you played this position before, but it's been a while, right?
Yeah. So I played back in the day, but but I was a little nervous coming in. I was worrying about if I was gonna do good or not, and just how to play it out like that.
All right, and just talk about the team's efforts. You know, you guys had a couple tough start to the season, but you guys stayed with it. You finally got the win. How's it feel just to get that first win?
It was a rough start in the beginning, but like it just feels great that we're all coming back together, putting in the keys, and it feels great.
All right, for you, Mac, just being with these guys, seeing the struggles early on. I mean, what were you guys telling each other as the games going on, the season kept going on?
That we just needed to lock in at practice. Like we had a good week of practice. We worked really hard. Our line, we worked like hell today. We got Edwin in that end zone a couple times, but this is not the ending point. We just need to keep on going.
Yeah, and lastly, how does this win just help you guys moving forward? As a tail end of the season comes up.
It gives us a lot more confidence in ourselves. As a team, we're a good football team. A lot of people doubt us, but we're gonna change everyone's mind.
Yes, sir.
Promise you.
You heard it there.
All right, congratulations on the win.
Thank you.
All right, and we are back. Yeah, if y'all hear the noise out there, the Girl Scouts are here doing some audio stuff for, they gotta get certified and stuff like that.
Yeah,
They're
that's.
out there. So hopefully they got some cookies out there because we've done it. They got cookies. I'm about to. just have them
I
still
did it
right
all
now.
for the cookies. Come on.
I like some Lynn Classico versus Malden. Check it out. All right, we are back. Next up, Lynn English Chelsea highlights. Check this out. back. Week 5, top 10 plays, and then we're going to come back with our Week 6 picks. Okay, week number 6, time for our pick'em games. Lord have mercy, yo. Yo, what is up with this Thursday night football game? Commanders and the Bears.
Oh, I'm going to bed early. I ain't watching that. But I got the Bears, man.
Me too. I got the Bears. That's yeah.
I'll never root for them.
Pats and Browns. We go with the Pats.
Oh my God, they're playing the mocks of the skin, the skin box.
49ers and Falcons.
I got the 49ers, man.
Me too. I got the 49ers. Jets at Packers.
The Packers got to get it right. I got the Packers, bro. I got the Packers. They got to get it right.
Upset alert. Jets. I was gonna say the champ, but I held no.
That was me last week.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Jaguars and Colts. Oh my God.
Jags.
I'm gonna go with the Colts on this one. Vikings and Dolphins.
Oh, Vikings.
You going with the Vikings?
Yeah.
It's in Miami, so I'm going with the Dolphins because you know. Anytime a road team goes to Miami, the night before, they be out in them streets. Bengals, Saints.
Bengals. Somebody got to win the game.
Yeah, somebody got to win it. I'm going to go with the Bengals. Yeah, I'll go with the Bengals. Ravens, Giants.
I'm going to go with the Ravens.
Me too, I'm going with the Ravens.
Yeah, it's hard for me to go against the Ravens.
Tampa at Pittsburgh.
Bro, you serious?
Yes, we're picking the same team.
I got to say the name? Oh, my bad. Tampa Bay.
Panthers and Rams. This is in L.A.
Rams.
Yeah, Rams.
They
I have no idea.
They got to beat somebody.
Yeah, I don't know who the Panthers quarterback is going to be. Cardinals, Seahawks.
Seahawks.
I'll go with Seahawks. I've been picking the Cardinals all the time.
Bro, who you telling?
Bills, Chiefs. In KC.
I'm going with the Bills.
Going with the Bills.
Yeah.
Yeah, until the Bills beat these guys, I'm gonna just pick the Chiefs. Sunday Night Football, Cowboys at Philly.
I got Philly, man.
You got Philly?
Yeah, I got Philly.
I do too, because they're at home.
I like Hurts.
And then Monday Night Football, we got the Broncos and the Chargers.
The Chargers, bro.
Yep, I will be going with the Chargers. listeners. And on that note, that is this week's episode. Make sure you check us out, LCTV After the Whistle on Instagram, lyntv.org, the website, Lynn Community Television YouTube channel, Lynn Community Television Facebook, Mr. Burton 23 on Instagram, Mukala K on Instagram. Oh, and my nephew finally ended his beef with me. Yeah, he finally wanted to call it a truce. He's been mad at me for like 3 months. Because I kept telling him to stop picking his nose.
I mean, yeah.
I'm on video call with him, the first thing I see is him like
Oh,
this.
no, that's
Yeah.
nasty.
So he got mad at me for like 3 months, but he ended his beef with me.
That's
Hey,
dope.
yeah, he told me it's on site when he sees
At
me.
least he stands his ground. I like that.
We're out of here. See y'all next week.